Yeah, head down on here.
We'll just keep going down.
Is that the exit?
One of them, yeah, that's the front door. Okay, well, that hurt.
Exploring an abandoned home can feel like stepping into the past, but what happens when you discover you're not the only one walking its decaying halls? Tonight, we follow two explorers whose search for history leads to a terrifyingly close call and a separate discovery frozen in time. But before we dive into the first encounter, don't forget to subscribe. Many of you watching aren't subscribed yet, and your support is what keeps us bringing you more of this disturbing content. Meet the creator of the YouTube channel Expedition Novak. His videos take viewers deep into the forgotten corners of the world, documenting the eerie beauty of places left behind by time. Alongside his friend Joey, he seeks to uncover the stories hidden within abandoned structures. But on one particular night, their courage would be put to the test when a routine exploration took a dangerous turn. Having found a location on Google Maps, the creator and his friend Joey arrived at what appeared to be an isolated single-family home. With no information on the property, they decided to dive right in, but almost immediately, they began hearing strange noises that put them on edge.
Alright guys, we are at what looks to be like a single family home, kind of in the middle of nowhere, to be honest. You know, we only found this spot on Google Maps, you know, tried to do a little bit of research on the place. Couldn't really find anything on it, to be honest. We're just gonna dive right into this place. Looks like a little single family home.
They proceeded cautiously, first checking out a collapsed barn and a garage filled with forgotten belongings, including a planner dated December 1998 and an old laptop left to decay. The property had an eerie storm shelter, but their focus remained on the main house. As they explored the mildew-ridden first floor, a distinct sound from upstairs stopped them in their tracks. Someone was walking around.
Maybe. What do you guys think? Should I go down here? What's over here, Joe? Yeah, some shelves and some chairs and... Let's see what we got in here, guys. This is the garage. Holy cow. Look at all this stuff in here.
Just a bunch of stuff.
Let's go. This was unlocked. Oh yeah, it's mildewy in here. Look at the floor. You probably can't tell in the video, but the floor is just... This is a very...
What was that?
Did you do that?
No, dude, what is with those and banging?
There is something here.
There's something in here, yeah. There's something walking around upstairs. It's a person. I think we should probably get out of here.
We are gonna get out on the...
Should we? Let's just, man.
What?
Let's just do it.
Should have said hello.
I did say hello when we walked in. I didn't hear anything.
You see any movement in the blinds or anything?
Yeah, that one just moved. Let's go.
For real?
Yep, that window just moved. I shit you not. I don't know if I got it in the...
Their sense of unease turned to outright fear when they saw one of the window blinds move, confirming their worst suspicions. It was a clear and terrifying sign that they were not welcome, and more importantly, not alone.
Moved. I shit you not. I don't know if I got it in the camera.
Oh, is it open now?
Yeah, it is. Okay, we're fucking leaving. I even yelled hello, and did you hear me? I'm like, hello? Nobody said anything.
Without a moment's hesitation, they fled the property, understanding the danger of confronting a squatter. While discovering a piece of history is the goal, coming face to face with a potentially hostile person is a risk every urban explorer faces. People are far more unpredictable than any lingering spirit, and their intentions are never known. Thankfully, the duo trusted their instincts and made a swift exit, narrowly avoiding a confrontation that could have ended tragically. Undeterred, they moved on to another location, hoping for a safer experience. Their next stop was another old farmhouse. This time, the atmosphere was different. The house was a time capsule, untouched by vandals and filled with vintage treasures from shag carpeting to classic TV dinner trays. Exploring a massive, abandoned military base is an unsettling experience on its own, but the real terror begins when you realize you're not alone. Tonight, we delve into a chilling exploration that quickly turned into a tense and potentially dangerous encounter. Meet the creator behind the YouTube channel Urban Normal. Through his videos, he documents the haunting beauty of decaying and forgotten locations, preserving their history one exploration at a time. From crumbling hospitals to industrial ruins, his journeys offer a glimpse into a world that time has left behind. But on this particular night, he and his friend James would discover that some places aren't as abandoned as they seem, and the greatest danger isn't always the building itself. Their destination was the old base hospital at the Chanute Air Force Base in Illinois, a massive 6-story structure with a dark history.
Tonight, we are at the Chanute Air Force Base located in Rantoul, Illinois. Guys, this place is insane. It is 6 stories tall. It is huge. I think it sits on 2,500 acres, and there are so many different buildings located on the property, but the building we are on tonight is the base hospital, guys. It has treated a whole bunch of illnesses from people who have been sick and a lot of injuries that happened on the field.
As they began, they recounted the base's storied past, which included training over 250,000 troops, and more recently, a massive fire that had ravaged a section of the very building they were about to enter.
So about 2 weeks ago, actually, there was almost 5 or 6, maybe even 7 counties had to respond to the fire in this building alone. It burned up. You see the flames kissed up, and we'll cover that a little bit on the video. There was supposedly teens were kind of messing around. There's a bunch of mattresses stacked up, and they're not really exactly sure how the fire started, but they believe it started in that room, which is towards the front of the building. So it was easy for them to treat the fire, and I know it took almost 3, 4, 5 hours maybe to put the flames out fully.
I believe it was estimated that this place trained over 250,000 troops.
That's right.
I believe there's documentation on that as well, and we'll see if we can find the source for you guys, but it was a crazy amount of troops, and unfortunately there was also a lot of fatalities.
The knowledge that the fire was likely started by trespassers just weeks prior added a layer of unease, setting a grim tone for the exploration ahead. Their exploration began in the building's decaying underbelly, a dark and flooded basement filled with the smell of mold and decay. They navigated through rooms with peeling paint and debris-littered floors, discovering old machinery and rusted electrical panels left to rot in the dampness. The atmosphere was heavy and oppressive, a perfect example of urban decay, but so far it was nothing they hadn't seen before. They cautiously made their way through the labyrinthine corridors, documenting the slow collapse of the once bustling facility. Deeper in the basement, they stumbled upon unsettling evidence that they were not the first to walk these halls in a long time.
Banana liquor, 99 proof.
Oh, you found some drugs and alcohol?
Dude, 99, yeah, liquor. So that's proof of people that have been down here screwing around, having a good time, whatever. Yeah. This is pretty easy to get into, and it's right here, so. You had mentioned, a concern with urban exploring is homeless people or squatters and that kind of thing.
Yeah, oh yeah,
so
that's a big one.
This is obviously somebody's spot.
Oh, dude!
There's a raincoat and so this is somebody's hangout spot,
Yeah. I mean, this would be a good spot to have, though. It's really
dry,
accurate, too.
It's dry here, but the basement, it's easy to get in and out, I guess, but...
They found liquor bottles and then a makeshift living space, complete with a raincoat and a pile of socks. It was clearly a squatter's den, a hidden refuge from the outside world. This discovery immediately shifted the nature of their exploration. They were no longer just in an abandoned building, but potentially in someone else's territory. The realization sent a new kind of chill through them, one that had nothing to do with the paranormal. As they moved to the upper floors, the tension was palpable. Every shadow seemed to move, and every sound echoed with potential threat. They found the elevator shaft pried open open and revealing a pit of perfectly still, black water that seemed to swallow the light from their flashlights. It was a terrifying sight, a dark abyss in the heart of the hospital. They continued on, exploring patient rooms and long, empty hallways, the evidence of the recent fire becoming more apparent with charred walls and the lingering smell of smoke. Just as they were documenting the decay of a large, open room, a sudden, unmistakable sound cut through the silence. A phone notification.
Somebody else is here. Did you hear that phone go off? A phone. I heard the drone of the phone.
Okay.
You want to go up?
Let's get out of this area. Let's go.
Alright.
Find a way up.
Alright. Yo, somebody else is in here. Dude, that got me nervous.
Do you think that was somebody inside, or do you think that was
There was somebody inside. I heard the phone go off. We saw the bike and I heard the phone go off. Like a text. Be careful. If that door opens, dude, we need to fucking fight or something.
Yeah, that's all good.
Alright. Yeah, there's somebody in here. Yeah, we're in the burn part of the building now. This is where a lot of the fire damage occurred. We do gotta be quiet. Somebody's here. So we're gonna continue exploring. And if shit goes sideways, we should be okay. But yeah, no, there's somebody here.
It was sharp, clear, and terrifyingly close. They froze, immediately realizing its implication. Someone else was inside the building with them, right at that moment. The discovery of a recently left bicycle near one of the entrances suddenly clicked into place. They were not alone, and the owner of the squatter's den was likely nearby. Despite the clear danger, they pressed on, but now with extreme caution, speaking only in whispers. They ventured into the burn zone, a section of the hospital completely blackened by the fire. The floors were unstable, the ceilings were charred, and the air was thick with ash. The presence of another person, combined with the structural instability, created an atmosphere of pure dread. They were trespassing on two fronts, on abandoned property and on the hidden home of a stranger. Although they never came face to face with the other person, the encounter left a chilling mark. Who was hiding in the shadows of the old hospital? Were they just another explorer, or a squatter who might have reacted violently to their presence? The structural decay of a building is a predictable threat, but the intentions of a stranger hiding in the dark are a terrifying unknown. Fortunately, their caution kept them safe, but it's a chilling reminder that when you step to the ruins of the past, you may not be the only one there. Venturing into the decaying halls of an abandoned building is one thing, but what happens when the structure itself seems to refuse to let you leave? Tonight, we examine the terrifying ordeal of an urban explorer who got lost deep within a sprawling maze-like sanitarium. Meet the creator behind the YouTube channel Flink Experience. Through his camera, he captures the haunting decay of forgotten places, taking his audience on journeys into structures left behind by time. From sprawling hospitals to industrial ruins, his videos reveal the silent stories etched into their crumbling walls. However, one exploration would turn into a genuine struggle for survival, as the building he entered proved to be a labyrinth he couldn't easily escape. The investigation begins as he descends into the deepest part of the structure, a sub-basement that immediately feels claustrophobic and oppressive. Armed with his camera and a flashlight, he crawls through tight spaces, determined to see what secrets lie in the building's foundation.
At least I'm using my mask. Ew, it's wet pipe. Sliding against my Dexter shirt and make it wet. Way to a machine room. Let's go there.
He soon emerges into a vast machine room, the scale of which is both impressive and daunting. The place seems to stretch on endlessly, a dark and complex network of corridors and machinery.
Reminds me the same kind of machine room I saw in that big nursing home that I did video of. Whoa. This place just keeps going and going. I'm not fitting there. What's here?
As he ventures further, a palpable sense of unease begins to grow. The basement becomes increasingly creepy, with rusted equipment and an overwhelming silence that seems to press in from all sides. The real terror begins when he decides he's seen enough and tries to leave, only to realize he has no idea which way he came from.
No, that's a project. How to get out of here. Urban exploration is such a exercise at the same time. Let's move on. There's some that kind of stuff thing, and let me see if I can get out of here. I don't know. There's outdoor. Let me see if I can get out. But how?
Every turn looks the same, and the path that led him in has seemingly vanished. Panic slowly gives way to desperation as he finds himself wandering in circles, his initial confidence replaced by a growing fear.
Well, of course we have to go. Stop blinking! I have to change this battery. Getting out of here turned to be more complicated than I thought. Freaking escape from this basement. Never going to get home. Stop blinking, you bastard! Old exercise things. This is a new problem to me. I don't know how to get out of the abandoned place. Maybe this guy just make this as a joke to me. I came from here, going in circles. So I can't go from the main door, but I somehow remember that I came from here. Or do I go round and round again? Not how, but these things too. Every one of these things.
The endless corridors of the sanitarium have become a maze, and he is trapped at its center. His exploration has morphed from a documentation of decay into a frantic, real-time escape attempt, with the building itself as his silent captor. In his desperate search for an exit, he stumbles into parts of the building he never intended to see. He accidentally finds his way into a massive, empty swimming pool hall, a surreal discovery that only highlights how vast and disorienting the structure truly is.
Well, okay. That's nice to see this place too. Ta-da! I found this place by getting lost. Now I accidentally found my way into the another structure, the outside structure. Seriously, I'm gonna break a window soon.
The thrill of discovery is gone, replaced by the single-minded goal of getting out. He even considers breaking a window, a clear sign of his mounting desperation. Just as his hope begins to fade, he recognizes a familiar landmark, a distillery room he had passed through earlier. This small moment of recognition is the lifeline he needs, a thread he can follow back through the confusing maze.
I don't know. I don't think this is way out. These doors, the room seems familiar. I think this was the cellar where I was before. Yes, I see this one, yes. But where did I came from? Okay, okay. I think I came from somewhere here.
With a renewed sense of direction, he painstakingly retraces his steps, his relief palpable with every correct turn that brings him closer to the exit. He eventually makes it out, but the experience leaves a lasting mark. The footage is a raw and unsettling look at how quickly an exploration can turn into a nightmare. It raises a terrifying question. What if he hadn't found that familiar room? How long could he have been lost there? Sometimes the most terrifying entity in an abandoned place isn't a ghost, but the building itself. His sharp instincts and a stroke of luck ensured his escape, but it's certain he'll never view an exit the same way again. That's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe and let us know your thoughts about these encounters in the comments below.